You're watching Footy Fantasy. It is your steady thing, go meet your football needs. Banter from rivalries, he sure you go receive. From EPL to Champions League, your eyes go see. It's Footy Fantasy. You're watching Footy Fantasy. Footy Fantasy. It is your steady thing, go meet your football need. Your football need. Banter from rivalries, he sure you go receive. Sure you go receive. From EPL to Champions League, your eyes go see. Your eyes go see. It's Footy Fantasy. Footy Fantasy.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of God. My arch enemy is here. One of them, actually, because the second arch enemy is somewhere hiding. I think he's from Canada, wherever he is. Prince Y is that one. But the deputy arch enemy, Onome himself, this man is here. You know what's good? See, what's crazy is this. I didn't even ask Ayo to put you inside this podcast. I didn't even ask him. And I saw the invite. I'm like, Onome, wow, this is my favorite enemy. Welcome, bro. How you doing? You okay?
I'm very good, bro. I'm very good. You know what?
Yeah.
Ayo texted me. He was like, Onome, time up. You should come on the pod now. I was like, Then he said, your nemesis, Oga comments. They say, I beg, put me on. I'm going to cancel everything I schedule. I'm going to treat all your football for this season. I'm going to treat it. So I canceled everything. You're in for an hour.
Thank you very much. There's nothing as good as friendly enemy fire. Enemy on enemy fire. We see people doing it all over the world. Why can't we do it in football? And every time I see you make a stupid comment on the group, right? I'm like, I want this guy to come on the podcast so the two of us can talk, right? But at the end of the season, I want a chaotic podcast at the end of the season, where there's you, where there's Prince Y, there's Chidi, there's EJ, there's me, there is Soji.
Dada.
I want like a chaotic 10-15 man podcast. It's going to be 3 hours long. But for now, we'll make do with the 1 hour that we have. And there's quite a few topics, actually. Now, Itata is supposed to join us. And I think he'll join us in a bit. But we're just going to get started because we have to get the show. We have to get this show running. He just texted me. He's just running a little late. But housekeeping, pull up to YouTube page at Footy Fantasy. Twitter, it's Footy80 Fantasy. And on Instagram, it's Fantasy Footy. Soji made the intro. The man is a bad boy music producer. If you guys have any musical production needs, our boy Soji, friend of the show, friend of the podcast, my man got you. And he's also up there in Canada with Prince Ewa and the rest of the crazy fans. But since it's the international break, of course, there's no club football, there's international football. Some of us are chilling, Manchester United fans, we're living good, we're eating good, life is okay over here. Some people on this side, they had to go into international break with the cup final loss on their head top. And they thought they were going to raise their armpits like this. But now, as you can see my brother over there, the man is just like this. No armpits. How are your armpits, bro? Do you need like some deodorant? Do you need some Old Spice? Do you need, what do you need to help you?
Don't worry, we are prepping the armpit. We are prepping the armpit for the end of the season. Don't worry. We're prepping the armpit. for the end of the
Okay.
season.
Let me know if you need any help. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
No, you will know what it means to play in the Champions League, to be chasing the league. You know, you won't know what it means. It's not your forte. You deal with like Wolves, Leeds. Those are your caliber of teams around. You know, and I can also see the way you're improving.
You mean the Wolves that you drew against or you lost?
Oh, did you beat Wolves as well? Did you not draw with Wolves at your home?
Oh no, but okay. Sorry, go ahead.
You see your life. I can see you are doing very well now. Actually, you know this last United run. You see your skin has started to come out. You see you are looking fresher.
I love it for me.
Your hair is going fuller. Your beard has protein.
Yes.
Your beard has protein now. Don't worry. Those days of misery are coming back soon.
God forbid, I reject it in Jesus' name. I reject it in Jesus' name. You see the days. This is why I know you are not a good person. Let me tell you why I know you are not. This is the Tata. My roaster in chief is already here. This is how I know you are not a good person. Wow, when he has his camera now. This is how I know you are not a good person. You like it when I'm in misery. You see the days of Amorim. Scamorim.
Of course, obviously.
The days of Ten Hag, you were active. You were always active. Yeah. But now that I'm eating good, you know, you want me to go back to go back to
We didn't sign up for that, bro. We don't do that here. You are tied to misery as long as the football is concerned. Don't worry.
But how about this? How about we settle it like this? Me, as somebody who I've shown armpits in the past, right? How about I teach you how to show armpits? Because the only time I see your armpits is when you're taking a throw-in, right? Is when your club is, when you have Timber taking a long throw, and mine is like, that's the only time I see your armpits, right? But I think that's the only way for you to succeed. Let's squash the beef. Right. Let's wave the white flag. Let's call it a ceasefire. Let's call it truce. That way I can show you how to win. Cool or no?
No, but enjoy now.
Are we making it? Are we
enjoy.
Right. Piss off.
Look at this scarf.
Piss off. You dickhead.
Don't worry.
Okay. I think Itata is still having issues, but let's go. Itata, you might want to what do you call it? Hop back in. I don't think we can see or hear you at all. Okay, but there's a topic here, and I think it's actually an interesting topic that I put. Overrated or overhated? If there's anybody known for hating, it's me. I'm a chief hating specialist, right? So who do you think are the most exposed players this season? And I don't want to restrict this conversation to like new players, you know, the ones that our Liverpool friends bought for 500 million, you know, those ones. But just generally, like, are there players who, there you go, there's my brother. Welcome, bro. You good?
Welcome, bro.
Yeah, I'm good.
Good.
I'm good, man. Sorry. When I tried to log in, I put up my missile defense system because I think some people were trying to bomb the hell out of me.
Hey, let's not name names.
Yeah, we are not going to name names.
We come in peace, my brother. We come in peace. But thanks for joining, bro. Welcome.
Yes, sir.
The first topic we're talking about is we hadn't even gotten far anyway, because this scammer over here called Onome, you know, this Arsenal hater over here, we've just been battering each other back and forth. But if you chop liver, Onome, don't show armpits this season. You know, my brother Itata here, he knows what armpits feel like. Abi, we know how to raise armpits where we are from.
Yeah.
Right? We know what that feels like.
I'm actually feeling pains here, so the doctor told me to rest.
You see, you know, and you see the kind of exercise that can help is this exercise, you know.
You see why people hate United, eh? Even in your abysmal cycle in this past years, you still have the audacity to start trolling other people. You are nowhere to be found.
I'm not trolling per se. I'm just telling you what the doctors say. I'm heeding to doctors' advice.
Yes. The doctor says when you're feeling pain, when you're feeling symptoms, just do this twice per day. But some people, I don't think it is paracetamol they've been taking. 1 in the morning before they wake up, 1 at night before they go to sleep, 2 in the afternoon when they, But if you need real prescription, I can tell you what my doctor's, where his office is at. Me and Itata use the same doctor, so we can send it to him. Yeah.
Don't worry. End of the season is coming. We'll be here. Don't worry.
We'll be here.
On a serious note, though, make sure you get the 3 points against Bournemouth. If you don't, before you play City, it's going to be dicey. This is real talk. This is real talk.
Facts.
Yeah. Facts. But I think this might be a long shot. But I think they will be more serious now. That this City loss has put them in the right mindset that nothing is going to be given to you for free. So I think they'll be up for it.
You know what? I think the City loss was primarily, people like Wenger. I know you guys don't really like you never liked Wenger towards the end, but Wenger, the Mourinho's, the Peps, they've earned the stripes that they would be able to play Kepa, right?
Yeah.
Arteta, man, you need a spark, and you decide to play Kepa. I would have played Raya, and I'm telling you,
I was telling I didn't think that was the problem, though. To be fair, I just think the way they played that second half was abysmal. Like they did nothing.
Did you see the manner of goals he considered?
The first goal was just the first goal. The second goal was not his fault. I don't think Raya.
But if Raya doesn't concede the first goal, then it hangs on that balance, and you never can tell.
On the opposite side, Pep played this guy he bought.
That's what I'm saying. He earned the stripes to do it. There are certain coaches. Ateta is not there. You guys really think Ateta earns the stripes to do something like that?
See, Itata.
Be honest. Be honest. Do you think Ateta has earned the stripes?
I'm not even about that stripes. I don't think he has. Yeah. But as a manager, if you're managing a team and Raya plays majority of the games, I don't think and to be fair to Ateta, he played his best team out there. He didn't rest.
I don't believe
any major
I don't agree with that. I don't think
apart from Raya,
that was
only Raya's swap was
the main team. That then you're saying is the best team. It's not the best team.
That's not the best team. I don't.
To be fair,
it's not the best team.
A coach like Pep, for example, Pep can pull up to a Carling Cup final, right, and play James Trafford or whoever his second choice goalkeeper is. I've seen it do with Stefan Ortega, right?
Yeah,
Arteta is not Pep. You haven't gotten to that point yet.
Yeah.
If Amorim, Carrick took me to a cup final, and we get to the cup final, and he puts Lamens on the bench. I'm looking at him like, brother, are you crazy?
Like, come on, man.
We need, you need a cup. You haven't shown.
But Kepa took him to the final. I don't have a problem with that.
We need a trophy. Arteta, Pep can play those games. Not Arteta. Pep can play those games. Not Arteta. You see in school. Itata, remember when we were in school, and there's always that one kid, right? That would play football with you in the school. That will go and eat puff when you're supposed to be studying, right? That will do all the madness. But then they go home and study, they come back the next day, they get an A on the test. You get a D.
Yeah.
You not be mates. We are not mates, right? You have to do your due diligence. You cannot move like you've won or like you have the stripes of Pep and Josie and the rest of these man. You play your best team.
But I think that's the nature of football. I agree. Like you play your best team, but I think in the grand scheme of things, the team didn't deserve to win that game, Raya or not, Kepa or not. I'm happy to lose that game, really. If they played an attack City, like City, maybe City scored from a Wardy or something, or Haaland did some crazy things. But they just packed the boss in the second half, did absolutely nothing. So they deserve to lose, really. Raya, Kepa, it didn't really matter too much to me.
So granted, City were the better team, but I'm just saying you're in a cup final, you walk past that trophy with your circumstance needing a trophy to spark the entire organization.
I agree.
You or Nome, you wouldn't play Kepa.
Obviously.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't put too much pressure on Arteta that he played. Hindsight is 2020. But maybe he will learn from it. And say, if we get to a FA Cup final, even though Kepa plays, he wouldn't play him in the final. So he would learn from it. So I don't think he played a big role, but I agree. You're right that if I was there, it's my first team. Everybody is the main team.
You need that trophy. I think.
I'm gonna take comments. Before we've not even gotten to the main topics of the show, guys. Henry goes, "They know the third blind person here in the fall." True. I don't know where that's going, but that's true. Leo wasn't the issue. Who's Leo? It's not about his stripes. Kepa got us to the final. He deserves to start. We're just Monday morning quarterbacking. I mean, Henry, I hear you. I actually do not believe it's Monday morning quarterbacking. I believe there were some people who legitimately saw that starting lineup and were like, what's Kepa doing there? Right. So I don't think it's Monday morning quarterbacking, but anyway, let's move on. So we're talking about some players that are overrated or overhated. I saw this topic and I was like, I think Ayo's trying to trap me because I'm known for stigmatizing some players and just not liking them regardless. But which players this season? I'll start with you, Onome. Which players this season do you think have like really exposed themselves to be frauds?
I wouldn't say frauds. I don't like criticizing players a lot. Obviously, they are crap players, and especially United. United have a history of playing average players when they have average coaches. But I wouldn't stick it to you guys. I think one player that has shown that he might be a bit overrated is Cole Palmer from Chelsea. I think he's had injuries though, to be fair, but I just think he hasn't lived up to the hype of like leaving City the last season where he actually contributed. Maybe it's Enzo Maresca leaving, Chelsea's regime, the way they track their players' games. Yeah, but I think Cole Palmer hasn't done a lot. Okay. You could also say that for like Saka. Saka in Arsenal, Saka has been really
Wait, you mean 300,000 pounds per week? Saka.
I mean, again,
new contract, Saka.
He ended, so you can't argue with that one.
Oh, he earned it.
Yeah, he's been Arsenal's best player for years. So if the contract is expiring, he earned that. Odegaard as well hasn't been really good. For City, I say Foden. Foden was he started well. To be fair to him, he started well, but then he doesn't even start now. Doesn't even start for City that much anymore.
Yeah.
So those three. I'm not going to talk about United because United, most of their players were frauds at the beginning of the season, but they got a revival now. So I think Cunha is a bloody good player. He's a bloody good player, man.
Wait, please don't talk. We're talking about frauds, please don't talk about Cunha.
So I just want to leave that in here. He's a very good player. That is the bargain.
You mean Cunha as in like this? You mean the same Cunha that you collect at your in your club, Arsenal, right? That Cunha? No, I just want to ask.
This guy is a foolish boy. This guy is a foolish boy. To God, this guy is a foolish boy. He's a very foolish boy. But my topic is Cole Palmer. I don't think Cole Palmer had a good Odegaard again. But Odegaard in his defense has been really injured. He has been in and out. He has hardly played. So Cole Palmer is someone I think overrated. I will let Itata chip in, and I'll talk about overrated.
Yeah. I think the Cole Palmer one is a little harsh, but go ahead, Itata. Tell me what you think.
So I think my understanding with this is overrated, overhated. I don't know. I mean, if you overhate a player, that player will have to retire. And then most exposed. I was looking at it and I think one player that hits all three is Alejandro Garnacho. I think I personally think he's extremely overrated. Personally.
Yes.
And I think in some quarters he is maybe overhated. I don't know if that's possible to hate a player beyond hatred. I don't think he's overhated, but I think he's a hated figure. He can be a hated figure in some quarters because I know United fans can't stand for certain things that he does, and now Chelsea fans are pretty much like, and if you eat in two women's houses and they both say you don't eat their food well, something is consistent.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey.
And this, and again, I'm talking about food on a plate. I don't know what these boys are giggling about. So Garnacho, and I think also at Chelsea, at United, some of us, like me, Oga Kwame knows, I say Garnacho and a few other footballers, they went to university to study soil science, because when they run, their head is in the ground. I don't know what they're investigating. Lift up your head and put a pass or a cross, Yeah. And now I've been vindicated at Chelsea because Chelsea fans say the same thing. Majority of Chelsea fans is like, he refuses to play people on. If he refuses to pass the ball, he has this hero mentality, Garnacho has the ego of Pele, Diego Maradona, Cruyff, Beckham, all of this.
Yes.
But the production doesn't match. And I still think, and people are still saying, oh, Garnacho will mature. Garnacho is going to mature at some point. The kid is what, 21? And I always make this argument, right? I always make this my argument. By 13, if you watch a 13-year-old, that footballer is formed. What you do is you mature in your form.
Yes.
If you go to YouTube, watch Lamine Yamal at 13. Even Marcus Rashford, same thing, cut and shoot. Neymar at 13. Diego Maradona at 13. All of these players, when you watch them at 13, 14, Wayne Rooney at 16, same thing. They're already formed.
Yes.
Well, after they're formed, they now mature in that form till they retire.
Correct.
Garnacho is formed. You are not going to all of a sudden get Garnacho playing like Luis Figo. It's not going to happen.
It's not. Yeah.
So I think he fits the bill for those three categories. He's hated, he's overrated, and he's been exposed at Chelsea.
100%.
That's really great. That's great.
100%.
Great.
Let me take some comments. Henry goes, let me put it to you this way. If Raya goes out today, Kepa is next man up. Oh, I think this is going back to the cup final thing. Well, yeah, if there's a big, that's a big condition. If though, but he wasn't. Man was chilling. LOL, Baba, charity starts from home. On Ome, call Odegaard. He did.
He did. To be fair, he did. Yeah.
To be fair, he did. Yeah. Kaiser, this is Dio, our resident Bayern Munich fan, says Doku. Doku has 7 league goals in 3 seasons. In 3 seasons. Hey, yo, that's not looking good. Saka, Palmer, Foden, Bellingham are having bad seasons by their previous standards.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, I the Doku one. Hey, if that's true that he has 7 league goals in 3 seasons, that's great. That's mad.
That's shocking.
that one shocked me. But I want to double down on this Garnacho one, and not to just beat a dead horse, but I like it when the fan base, like my club's fan base, we get some things right. Even within our fan base, some people are still, Alejandro sexuals or Ghana sexuals or whatever, and they love him so much. But for the most part, we've been calling out this guy. He's just, like Itata said, his form is his form, right? And there's no way you will get Garnacho to suddenly start playing football like Jack Grealish, like picking his head up, picking passes. No, that'll never happen. He can only do what we have seen him do. He will never do anything else. And not only that, we've been talking about the attitude problems. And finally, Chelsea fans are saying that, wow, Now we have a leak in our dressing room. Oh, wow. I wonder where that leak came from. 1 season ago, all the plumbers at Covan finished now. All the plumbers were working well. But now, 1 season later, there's no plumber and there's leaks everywhere. Have you even noticed that since Garnacho left Itata, our roof is not leaking anymore? Our roof is not leaking. Seriously. So like the see that Garnacho one, I am standing 10 toes on that one. The gas, because the man scored an overhead kick at Goodison Park, brother. They've never stopped talking about that goal. Okay, good. That's one goal. Then give me something else. Give me an assist. Do something. Pick your head up. Pick up somebody on the edge of the box. Pick up somebody inside the box. It's a lie. It's a lie.
That guy is shocking.
He's shocking. Garnacho is actually a shocking. And the crazy thing is, he will go to World Cup. He will go to the World Cup.
I'm not sure. Did you see Nico pass? I'm not entirely sure. I'm not sure.
He might go, but I don't think he will play a lot. I don't think he will play a lot, even if he goes. I don't think he will play a lot.
Going and playing are two different things. Yeah, I guess.
It's 26, right? The roster is 26 players, right?
Yeah, it's 26.
3 goalkeepers, 23 outfit. Yeah, Argentina is a population that is filled with footballers. I can tell you they can produce 10 attacking left-sided players who can. They're superior to Garnacho. It's Argentina. I'm not talking about Seychelles. I'm not talking about Taiwan. And all due respect to those countries, they are not known to produce football talent in bulk. But Argentina can line up 4 national teams.
I listen. I just hope football justice sees that, brother. Some players just deserve to play World Cup football. Other than like you can't have a nation like Argentina that is a factory, right, of footballers.
Right.
And I'm seeing Garnacho at left wing. Please don't. Yeah,
it's gonna be tough.
I also want to say maybe honorable mention. I know Mohamed might hate me for this, but hey, what's new under the sun? I wonder. I'm trying to explore the Victor Gyökeres one. You know, I don't think he's hated. I don't think anybody hates him. I want to know if if Victor Gyökeres is only a victim. Now, I'm not saying is overrated or exposed. I'm just saying, did we have too many expectations of him coming from the Portuguese league? Right? It's one of those things where if we're looking at a striker scoring 50 whatever goals in the Portuguese league, we cannot expect him to do the same thing in the Premier League. You know, I think I call him Yokozuna. You know, I call him I call him a WWE merchant, Street Fighter. But you know, maybe that's what he is. He's not a horrible striker, but it's definitely not doing what Arsenal fans thought it was going to do.
But I don't agree with that, though. I think it's just the media trying to pinpoint things or pick and choose which tactics player they victimize. I personally think he has done fantastic. He has scored 18 goals. Is it 18, 17 or 18 goals
in the league
in total this season? You'll be shocked.
So you're adding Carling Cup. Okay. All right.
You're not a serious person. You're not a serious person. Carling Cup na free goals. Not being scorer. I used to the goal for her. See head. I love it. I'll not have Carling Cup. Bro. So I think he's victimized a lot. Personally, Arsenal's attack has been rubbish. Like absolutely rubbish this season. So you won't really pick one player that has scored 15 goals in Premier League. And again, people forget how hard Premier League is. Premier League is hard. Premier League is bloody hard.
Who is better between Gyökeres and Folarin Balogun?
It's actually a legitimate question.
I don't know why you're laughing. Who's better between Folarin Balogun and Gyökeres?
I think Gyökeres has the attribute to be an elite striker, like an absolute elite striker in terms of scoring goals. I think he has the absolute. Did you see the goal he scored against Tottenham?
Yes.
You might say it's
That's the
Tottenham.
question. Yes. Yes.
The goals this guy score, they are good goals. He has the good quality, but Arsenal don't play. I don't know. There's just something up with the attack, but I think he's overhated. But I don't think it's fair. For in contrast, your baby giraffe, he only started scoring this part of the season, though, because I think this season started now. He costs more than Gyökeres.
I say baby giraffe. Baby giraffe is crazy. Wow.
That's crazy work, man.
Baby giraffe is diabolical. Wow. Damn. You know what's crazy? My brain actually had to load for 2 seconds.
I
To
picked
figure
it
out
up.
what
I
he
was like,
talking
man,
about.
this is wild, man.
That's wild. Damn. Okay. Brother, I was just asking a question. I wasn't making a conclusion. I was just asking a question. That's all. There's comments. There are comments coming for me. Hashtag goes, you guys have definitely got us back for Messi Mount to Garnacho. Yes. You see that Messi Mount one? I'm getting you back for it.
Man.
Henry goes, guys, the team don't play to his strength. Simple. Oh, well, I mean. Overhated Maguire, probably the most hated player in recent times.
I think Maguire has built himself out of all that stereotype. I think he has. I think legitimately he has built himself out by himself. By himself.
Yeah, answer now. Answer. Where is
Why aren't
Tesco?
we comparing Tesco and Gyökeres?
Where is Tesco?
Where I'm just asking questions. I asked a question. Who's better between Folarin Balogun and Victor Gyökeres? And I still didn't get a response. But it's okay.
Who is better between Peter Crouch and Tesco?
Sesko is better. Sesko is better.
Yeah.
Henry goes, when the team starts playing to his strengths, he will pay dividends. Sorry, stock options FC. Okay, continue. The signs and symptoms are there. Okay, doctor. Okay, doctor. You want the Tata's doctor, Abby? Give us
I personally think Gyökeres is a victim of his own statistics in the Portuguese league.
Correct.
And I kind of draw similarities to, they're nothing close, but I draw similarities to Ronaldo Lima playing in the Dutch league. I think he had more goals than games he played. I've scored like 35 goals in like 28 games here. And then from there, he went to Barcelona, and they were like, man, this guy, and he went to the La Liga and destroyed La Liga. So I think, I draw parallels because it's kind of similar, but I really think, I think he's a good striker, but that elite, man, my brother, when you're talking elite, you're talking of Ronaldo Lima, Suarez, you're talking of Thierry Henry, Wayne Rooney, Michael Owen, Hakan Suko. I don't think he's in that league, I think he's a good.
I agree that one. Yeah.
Elite, no, maybe very good. He might turn out to be a very good striker because Arsenal have the weapons to create chances. Unfortunately, Arsenal they bought a striker instead of creating chances, they're playing to the sides to end corner kicks. You guys should play to the strength of your striker, man. Because Arsenal traditionally, to be honest, I'm a Man United fan, but Arsenal traditionally play good football in the league.
Yeah.
Traditionally. So what I'm watching now, I don't understand. If
I don't get it.
I'm confused.
I don't think that's a valid comment, though. I don't think we are playing any worse than any team in the Premier League. Really. In fact, in most games, you're
playing worse relative to your own heritage. That's what I'm saying.
But maybe there's a method to the madness. That's the thing. Like
and I look, I think Arsenal's approach has been one of by any means necessary, right? Because in Arsenal's defense, and look, I'm the last person to defend Arsenal, but in Arsenal's defense, they've always been that team that had a soft underbelly, right? You apply a little bit of pressure, they crack, right? Their defense
the debris
crack.
is still there, though.
It's still debris is still there, but then when it comes to toughness, we never associate toughness with Arsenal, right? But now that's what they're known for. That's all they have, if anything. So it's almost like I'm sure in the Arsenal fan base, they're like, well, damn if you do, damn if you don't. Like when we were soft and we had a soft underbelly, but we were silky, we still didn't win. And now that we're tough and that's all we got, and it looks like we may win, People still don't like it, but hey.
Well,
But
they were tough
the
with
reason
Vieira. They were tough with Vieira. They were tough with Ray Paulo. They were tough with Emmanuel Petit. So there is a planet where there is a planet where both can exist.
True.
It's just we've never seen Arsenal this one way ever. At least in my lifetime watching the Premier League.
I've not seen it.
It's that, but like I said, there might be some method to the madness. In my opinion, I don't think there's anything wrong with the football because most of the time, if you notice, I don't know if you watch Arsenal games in the Champions League, it's a different thing entirely to the Premier League games. Because the Premier League teams don't come out and play football. 80% of Premier League teams will park the bus. They'll park the bus and let you do most of the playing. And these are very, very quality players in the Premier League. Even Sunderland, Leeds, they have very good players. So you cannot really play football the way you want to play it. And if you can have a look, highlights of our Champions League game, it's a complete opposite of how our Premier League games are. But I don't mind that the Premier League games, it doesn't have to be win the games. That is all I care about. Win the games.
Yeah.
I think other things will come. Like if they win the league, I think our left side is terrible. That left side, Martinelli, Trossard tries a bit, but Martinelli, Madueke on that left side, whoever is there, it's just bad. So
let me take Henry's comments. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Sorry. I
was just going to say we are sidetracked with the topics.
Let me take Henry's comments in the chat, and then we'll move on to the next topic. Let me see. So Henry goes, importantly, the Premiership ain't my bruv. He is in the list. I think he's talking about Victor Gyökeres, but highly serviceable. Well, I guess that's valid. Yeah. I get it, and it's valid. It's a valid comment. Actually, Arsenal needs to learn how to win ugly. You can't play beautiful football and win nothing. As folks will say that we need to raise armpits. Yes, bro, we need to raise armpits.
Yeah, they miss that opportunity, man.
Yeah, it's about a progression, and they need these aspects to them. After those players left, we never replicated that spine that Vieira and Petit brought. The only players that came close.
The wardrobe. As a Man United fan, I love Gilberto Silva, man. Jeez.
Gilberto Silva was elite, bro. Gilberto Silva was elite, bro. Even Diaby was solid. He just had too many injuries. I like Diaby.
Diaby pretty much they replicated Vieira, and I was mad jealous.
I
was mad jealous, man.
Injuries just destroyed him. Poor guy.
Yeah.
We need that spine to learn how to win games ugly, especially when folks employing low blocks. All right. The next topic is, I hope we don't touch any. We don't offend any.
The Salah topic.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Oh, speak that one. Oh, let's talk about Mohamed Salah. Mohamed Salah is leaving Liverpool. Nobody here is a Liverpool fan, but I think we all can speak to, I guess, the significance of the Salah era in the Premier League. I'm a little less interested in talking about where he ranks amongst legends because that's always everybody has different opinion. But how have you guys assessed the impact Mohamed Salah has had in the Premier League? He spent 9 years. Well, end of this season will make it 9 years, and every Liverpool fan at least will understand that. Look, this man, maybe not single-handedly, but formed a very important part of them winning the Premier League for the first time in, I think, 30 or 31 years. And, of course, lifting another Champions League armpits. So, Itata, tell me, as a Man United fan, I'm sure you hated seeing it, just like I did. How would you assess Salah's impact in his 9 years at Liverpool?
Yeah, I would go as far, and this is a compliment from the enemy. So I'll go as far to say Salah is almost like a Coke bottle, the Coca-Cola bottle. Wherever you see it, you will know that's the Coke bottle.
Yes.
He's shown incredible level of consistency and reliability, and he's been durable too. He's been durable. I think he will leave the EPL and leave memories that like even enemies will remember and respect. It's almost like Thierry Henry. I hated that dude, man. I hated that dude. You know, I could not stand that dude. But it was a respectable level of hate.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't hate to the man or his ability. It was just like, man, he's doing it on enemy, you know, for the enemy.
Yeah.
And it was incredible. He was an incredible footballer. Salah is the same. And in fact, he's been so good that some people are bold enough to say he's the greatest African player of all times, which I beg to differ. I don't think that's accurate.
Yeah.
You know, when Samuel Eto'o is at home shining his shoe, you know. So I don't think Salah is the GOAT. Mine is always Samuel Eto'o for different reasons, you know. You know, we are not going to go into details.
Yeah.
But I think, you know, he's left his mark in the Premier League, and it might be difficult to replicate because even at this pension era, Salah is still very reliable. You know, he gets on that left wing, he has precision strike, you know. He will give you the goals, he will give you the numbers. He's shown leadership. You know, I've never really seen Salah maybe until this season, I've never seen Salah in the news with some controversy. He plays home. He's fairly disciplined. I think he's been an exemplary personality in this 9 years in the Premier League. So,
yeah,
young footballers in the Premier League who are looking for someone to emulate, I think Salah is one of them. He's been incredible in 9 years.
Yeah. Great. Onome, tell me what you think.
I mean, Itat has said it all. I would add probably, I don't know, I don't have a strong opinion on who is the best African player ever, but I would say in the Premier League, Salah is definitely it. I don't care what any other person says in the Premier League. Eto'o didn't play in the Premier League, so Salah had 191 Premier League goals. 191 Premier League goals, Salah. And he has been incredible. I would think he's probably pulling to the levels of Ian Rush in Liverpool's legend status. Some would consider it that way. I'm not a Liverpool fan either, but he has been absolutely consistent. And one of the hardest things in football is consistency.
Yeah.
Nowadays, I think one of the topics we're actually going to talk about is who's the actual GOAT, the next GOAT. I don't know who's the next GOAT because you don't have any consistency anymore. See this, that, but Salah, in that 9 years he's been in Liverpool, his consistency was off the charts. I think he scored 20 goals in like 7 seasons in a row, or 20 plus goals in like 7 seasons in a row. So unbelievable.
Consistency.
So elite, top, I think probably one of the best Premier League players ever. Not even African player. One of the best Premier League players ever. So on the right side, I would right winger. Any right winger that Salah is there. Salah will take that position, really.
Yeah.
So,
I hear it. I absolutely dislike Mohamed Salah. The things that Salah has put me through, like, I mean, it's just. I'm not even talking about just Premier League period. Like, I'm talking about just Manchester United. And if I even were to limit that to Manchester United at Old Trafford, like, that pain is crazy.
Yeah, he's got so much pain.
The kind of hate I have for him is, as the Tata said, that hate where you're like, bro, I just gotta respect this guy, man. Like, just regardless of how much pain, regardless of how much I want to, throw shit at him. It's just I have to put my hand up and say, wow, what an impact, what a player, what a legend for our Liverpool friends. Even in addition to that, I am more interested in focusing on like the circumstances and also maybe some non-football things that I've seen Salah have impacts on. Remember, this man failed at Chelsea, right? It didn't really go too well for him at Chelsea. He had to leave the Premier League to go find his feet somewhere else. I believe it was at Fiorentina. Then he went to Roma. Before he went to Chelsea, was it Basel or something? Was it Basel?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. Yeah.
This is somebody who has had to, find his find his home in other places, right? Before he eventually came back to the Premier League. Of course, the price tag wasn't like an overwhelming price tag. It was one of those, when the transfer happened, you looked at Klopp. Was it Klopp? Was Klopp the manager then, or who was it? I forget who it was.
I don't know.
Yeah, it was Klopp.
Was it? Okay. When he came in, we were just like, oh, okay. Now that's just like another random signing. Nobody looked at that signing and were like, this is it. Nobody did, right? And I even remember that first season he had, at the end of that first season where he had like 40 something goals. I called him a one season wonder. Of course, as a hater, but this man, I mean, look, by himself, I'm not a Liverpool fan. I'm not gonna wax lyrical about him, but Liverpool fans know what they're losing, right? They know what this man brought for them. They know what this man helped them achieve in however many decades, right? They've been looking for that Premier League trophy. Outside of that, I read something somewhere, I believe it was on The Guardian, where the Liverpool police, they released some type of, I guess, report or stats that acts of violence in the city have reduced by 40%. Acts of violence against Muslims, right? And xenophobia and Islamophobia had reduced by, I think, like 15% or something. Like, these are, and let's put that into context of the kind of world we live in and the kind of world exists in, I think Liverpool is in the northwest of England, right? Like, these are not the most Muslim friendly. These are not the most, immigrant friendly. These are not the most like non-white friendly places, right? And for Salah to have that kind of community / societal impact, again, the man is just playing football, right? In his book, he's just like, hey, I'm here to do my job, scoring goals, delivering trophies for my team. But when a football player is able to influence like things like Islamophobia, xenophobia, hate crimes, that is something that I hold personally. I hold that in high regard, because that tells me that not only are you a good footballer, you're also you're actually a great community servant through just by the way you interact with fans, the way you play your football, the way you represent yourself. This man is being seen as a role model in some way. Right. Now, will they ever get rid of Islamophobia and that? Probably not. But then he's making an impact. And that is something that I will always admire about a footballer, especially someone like Mohamed Salah. Let's not look. The man is proudly Muslim. He doesn't hide it, right? But he has also been able to get a lot of people to see him as some sort of role model, to see him as some sort of like a gateway to, not being Islamophobic or xenophobic. So shout out to Mohamed Salah. I hope he finds, another place that he calls home. And I hope, honestly, that his career continues to, be, I guess, filled with some sort of accolades until he decides to retire. But Liverpool, you man have a big task on your hands right now. I do not think, look, I don't care what happens at the club. It's not my club. But then I don't think you're replacing him. That's not even going to happen. You don't replace players like that. You find a way to play without him. It's like somebody saying they want to replace Wayne Rooney or Ronaldo at Manchester United. Not happening. Find a way to play without him. Maybe Jeremy Ping Pong can finally play right wing. We'll see what happens. But I'm going to take some comments because we also have comments about Mohamed Salah in the chat. Let's see. All right. Asha says, by the way, I discovered Asha actually lives in the same city as me. We need to link up, brother.
Why would he link up with you? Why?
Is it your city? Is it your link up? And is it your city? Your life. If you move here, If you ever move to Atlanta, Onome, wallahi, I will come to your house every weekend and I'll put dog poop in front of your front door. Asha says, I see Salah as one of the wingers in the past that could carry the team by themselves. I don't know if it's the end of such an era, but I cannot think of the next generation of wingers like that now. That's valid. That's valid. Henry Gold, Salah legend, serendipity with his return to the EPL. Yeah. Because consistency and durability. That's exactly. I never really saw Salah with like some long-term injury that kept him out. No, and that's the consistency we're talking about. Kaiser Goals, total legend. You can't praise him enough. In the conversation of the best EPL players of all time, he is in the conversation, yes. The consistent high level of performance and 8-season wonder. Hey, yes, 8-season wonder, yeah. Jamie Carragher and Salah. Jamie Carragher said Salah was the 6th best Liverpool player ever. Do you guys agree? Well,
that's for Oladimeji.
Yeah, let's Walla and linger and debate that topic. They
should debate that one.
They can have a separate podcast by themselves to debate that. Yes. All right. Now let's move on to this World Cup topic. So if for those in the chat, there is this visa bond program that the Department of Homeland, is it Department of State or Department of Homeland Security? One of those. The U.S. government has put in place starting from I think December 2025. They have a list of about 50 countries for whom you must have a visa bond of up to $15,000 if you want to procure a visiting visa to the United States, like a B1, B2 visa. Why is that relevant? That is relevant because in 2 months, is it 3 months? 3 months, the World Cup will start in the United States. And out of those 50 countries that the US government has listed, 5 of those countries have qualified for the World Cup. And all 5 countries are African countries. And this visa bond thing, the law does not provide an exemption for like a sporting tournament like a World Cup. It doesn't provide an exemption for somebody who's a coach of a national team. It doesn't provide an exemption for somebody who's a player of a national team. It doesn't provide an exemption for somebody who's like part of the technical crew or part of the football federation of a national team. And of course, it doesn't have an exemption for people who are fans of a national team wanting to come to the United States to watch the World Cup. There are 5 African countries impacted by this visa bond that are coming to play the World Cup in the US, Canada, Mexico, and 5 of them are Algeria, Cape Verde, Cote d'Ivoire, Senegal, and Tunisia. All 5 African countries. FIFA has been lobbying on the back end, see if President Trump would, I guess, lift this restriction in some way. There's been zero movement on that. So what we know right now is that any single fan, any single player, any single member of a technical crew, any coach that is part of any of these 5 countries, Algeria, Cape Verde, Cote d'Ivoire, Senegal, and Tunisia, and you want to come to the United States, you must put up $15,000 as a bond. And you might receive that money back when you leave the country. Itata, I want to get your opinion on what are your initial feelings about this? What do you think of it? What is the possible impact on the ability administratively and just operationally for these teams to actually have a decent tournament?
First off, I was looking at the clearance section of some notable electronic manufacturers like Sony, checking the prices of their clearance flat TV screen, because this is the World Cup that I will be very invested viewing inside of my own house.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
since it's I think it's I was joking the other day. I don't know if it is a World Cup where I don't think even millionaires will be able to afford it. So
Yeah.
I don't stand the chance.
Yeah.
It might be spectators that are 5. You have Warren Buffett, Elon Musk,
Yes.
5 spectators, and maybe they'll find a way to simulate sounds like they do at the Emirates City Stadium.
City Stadium, yes.
Yeah. It is so sad. It is sad in the sense that the traditional football fan, when it comes to the World Cup, I think that's the apex. That's the highest you can possibly achieve with your affiliation to the sports.
Yeah.
The World Cup is global. The World Cup is very inclusive. And I was having a discussion with someone the other day. Football might be the only, it's not something that I've researched, but just from observations, football might be the only sport that really aligns with the poor. Meaning, you can play football by yourself.
Yes.
With anything round, it doesn't need to be a ball, right?
Paper. We used to make papers.
You can play football with someone else. You don't need the equipment.
Yes.
You don't need to be on grass to play it.
Yes.
It doesn't even need to be officiated. That is why football has such a global, universal following, if I have to stretch that.
Yes.
It is a sport in its natural form aligns with the poor.
Correct.
So when you're trying to push it to be something sophisticated, because like tennis, you need equipment to play tennis. Go down the list of sports. There is no sports that really, there is no sports that really aligns with the poor. So that really hurts if you understand it on that level. I don't know who advised these people, and I hope that maybe something can be done to kind of make changes and create accommodations for this, because it has never happened. I've never seen anything like this in the history of the World Cup, and I've watched quite a few World Cups. So it is truly sad. And I mean, all laws and all laws that were created, they were created by people. So people can also ratify those laws.
Yeah.
And it is events like this that will make us know if this World Cup is built to be accommodating or not.
Yeah.
I know personally I've already excluded myself to be a spectator from afar. I'm not going near any of the arenas for anything's sake. It is really sad. It is sad when you understand that in some countries, in certain quarters, this is something that poor people really feed on. Football is huge.
Yes.
And football is huge because it's accessible by everyone.
Yes.
Not everybody watches Formula One. Not everybody watches the US Open and all this stuff. But football, anybody on earth can access it.
Yeah.
So it's a really painful thing to see all of this come up. This is just personally from my observation and just a little research I've done. There is nothing like football, and to destroy it in this manner is not something that really sits well with me. I hope they come up with some solution and ratify these laws and make some adjustments and accommodations because when you have footballers paying $15,000 to come in and play a tournament, that they might probably get injured and it ends their career. What are we doing?
Yeah.
It's very unreasonable. Yeah, it's really unreasonable.
Yeah.
And I hope they find a way to resolve it. I really hope.
Yeah. Anome, talk to her.
Idata is spot on as always. I'll give you a context. I'm a big tennis fan. I was in New York last September watching US Open. And there, Dominic Thiem, it was one of the guys who's won the US Open. He's won a Grand Slam. He said to be a professional tennis player, you need about $1 million to be a professional tennis player. In terms of the cost to get to top 100, you need about $1 million. That is the context around why those sports are very niche.
Yeah.
Only a few people we get there because you need the
Yes.
psychologist, the sports therapist, you
Yes.
need your own personal training bank.
Yeah.
But football is very accessible. And for the life of me, I cannot understand why FIFA is not doing more to apply pressure to Mr. Trump to improve the accessibility of the sport. But I'm not surprised. The United States is becoming less accessible for every type, or hospitable for every type of people that doesn't look like a white person. So I'm not surprised the way it will go. I think in terms of the players and the officials, the national teams can cover that, so they can be there. But in terms of the fans, I think the fans will be hit the most. The fans would. I don't think a lot of people will actually go to the US part of that games, except something drastic happens, which is very, very sad. I myself was planning to come. I was planning to go to Canada and the USA. But first of all, it's become from a FIFA perspective, it's becoming inaccessible because the prices were shocking. The prices for tickets to the USA, to some dry stadium in Cincinnati. What am I gonna? Why am I paying hundreds of dollars to go to Cincinnati to watch a United States team play or watch England play one? It's very, very. They didn't make this World Cup accessible, and on top of what FIFA issue, the United States immigration is acting on top of that as well.
Right.
So I think it is shameful, and I'm still keeping my fingers crossed that Trump would, like he always does, it will backtrack and align himself to FIFA's requirement.
Yeah.
Or FIFA will go and kiss his ass some more. The president of FIFA will go and have a commercial.
Maybe give him another peace prize or something.
Give him a peace prize, a football peace prize.
Yeah.
And he will pacify him.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm fingers crossed. You never know. The madman could do something else entirely. So yeah.
I'm gonna take some comments, and I'm also gonna speak a little bit on the issue. Yemi goes Ghana. Well, on the article, Ghana is not on the list. I think Ghana is on the list of like certain restrictions for the B1 and the B2 visa in general, but for the visa bond, I didn't see Ghana on the list. Goes LOL says bet FIFA did not plan for Trump being the president during this upcoming World Cup. Hi. Then goes, are there not special allowances given by government to FIFA in regards to the 5 African countries? Well, I think those are the special allowances are what FIFA is trying to negotiate with the US government. And on the whole issue, I guess, I hope you guys can understand that while I don't think, of course, maybe the Trump administration might have made this issue a little more difficult for the 5 African countries, just because of their policies, since the president took office. The general issue of the affordability and accessibility of football has nothing to do with Trump. It did not start with Trump, right? It's always been a thing. And this specific World Cup is only being focused more because, of course, it's being held in the United States. The tickets are expensive. The administration is making it difficult for certain countries to procure visas and stuff like that. But the football in general, you see that accessibility issue Itata and Onome talked about. How you can literally take any round object. When I was growing up, some people were using stale oranges to play football.
Right.
We used oranges. I used to make paper sellotape football. We used to play during break time at school. Right. Barefoot. People played football barefoot. You don't even need goalposts. Just put slippers. One here, one there. That's
right?
That's it.
That's it. Right. Compare that to other sports. And I'm back to Tata's point about the universal reach of football. In every country, there are people that have legs, there are people that have round objects, and there are people that have shoes. And I mean shoes to put as posts. Even if they don't have shoe to wear, right? There's shoe to put as one post, shoe to put as the other post, or a block, stone, rock.
There's always a reference. There's always a reference.
As long as we have that, game on.
Those bin.
That's it, right? Basketball, you need like a flat surface. You need it to be gloss, and you need a gym. Like, we don't have money for that, right? Tennis, and you need like a racket, and we don't have money for that. Even like table tennis, ping pong, like you need a whole board. And I used to use Paco bats, to play ping pong. Sometimes we used to use our hands. But football is so global, it's so universal that we can play football anywhere using any round object. And the way we've made it become so inaccessible, so expensive, so class-based.
Not to cut you off.
Go ahead.
The object doesn't even need to be round. You remember the sugar box, the blue sugar box?
Yes.
What is it called? We used to kick it around.
Yes.
What is it? Why do I forget? The blue sugar.
That blue sugar box. Absolutely.
I forget the name of it.
Yeah. Matches. We've kicked it around.
Yeah.
So it doesn't even need to be round.
Yeah.
That is the reach of football.
Yes. We've gone from that to a world where I'm middle class. I live 5 miles from the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. I can go and watch World Cup if I had the money, but tickets are $700 for a group stage game. A group stage game that is an like ordinary, I'm not talking like Spain, no, just regular group stage game with countries that are not like, Brazil or Argentina. No, right? $700. Imagine somebody had to imagine someone like Onome had to travel, get hotels, that is the state of the inaccessibility that we're talking about. I was reading something about people in Mexico protesting that the government in Mexico, they've touristified the entire country because World Cup. Oh, now they're fixing potholes. Now they're fixing, infrastructure around the stadiums where World Cup games are to be held. Right? Everything is it's such a class-based thing right now. If you cannot afford it, well, sorry.
It's elitist now.
It's
very
elitist.
Yeah.
It's very elitist. And I remember, and this is the last time I'm going to talk about this, in 2022, when Qatar was hosting the World Cup, people gave Qatar shit because, they built their stadiums in a sketchy way. Migrant labor, some people died. And of course, I'm not excusing that. Absolutely not. Well, let's get that straight. But I've not seen the same type of criticism, an equivalent amount of energy for how the United States is hosting this World Cup. Right. I've not seen the same amount of criticism. I've not heard it from the mainstream critics, the chief criticizers, the CNNs, the BBCs, the rest of them, man, right? That were doing special investigation into how certain countries are hosting World Cups. I've not heard the same about the United States. I've not heard the BBC or CNN talk about the plight of the Algerians and the Cape Verdeans and the Ivorians and the Senegalese people I've not seen an expose, right? Yeah. And as a matter of fact, I remember the government of Qatar actually subsidized ticket prices for people to come and watch football in Qatar. Qatari residents were not paying through the roof to watch football in their own country. But people who live in the United States, people who live in Mexico, they're having to pay through the roof to watch. The one time where World Cup came to where I live, I cannot afford it. But in terms of this visa bond, I hope FIFA is able to, as Onome said, as Tata said, just maybe romance President Trump in some way, get him to lift this requirement at least for the 35 days that we'll have the World Cup. And when it's over, then put it back. Do not let football suffer. There are some players that this is their life dream.
Exactly.
Playing in the World Cup. Picture this: playing in the World Cup is like playing in 10 Super Bowls. Right? It's crazy.
Yeah. It is a world equivalent.
Yeah. But if you have any comments about that, please let us know. Hopefully we haven't offended any politically leaning people, but these are issues that have real life impact, especially due to the nature of the widespread nature of this game. But our last topic before we go, after Messi and Ronaldo, their era is over, right? Who do you guys think is the next GOAT, or who is looking like there could be or are showing attributes to be the next GOAT? Mohamed, you touched on this earlier, so I'm gonna let you
Victor Gilchrist.
No, he has to be trolling. He is trolling.
I know you are trolling.
He is trolling.
On a more serious note, this is a hard topic for me. You know why? Because I don't even consider Ronaldo to be the level of Messi. Honestly, this is my honest assessment.
Yeah.
So if I cannot even see someone that is going to replace Ronaldo or like be the next level of Ronaldo, how can you get Messi? So it's really tough. I mean, nowadays it's almost about scoring goals. Like, how many goals can you score? I scored 30 goals last season. I scored 35. But for me, football is more than just goals. Football is the vision, the expression, the passes, the brilliance. It's not just I shot from 30 yards or football is very complex. It's to that fact, I'm not going to go with Erling Haaland or Mbappe even. I think Mbappe is based on sprint and speed, and even compare Mbappe to Henry. Henry was more of a proper footballer than Mbappe. So it's a very difficult one. The only one I can pick up is Lamine Yamal in terms of how he plays. But again, I don't know his character too much. Times I watch Barcelona, it's very effervescent, and he always wants to be like, look at me. The respect I have for Messi and Ronaldo is like they are businessmen. Messi is doing his stuff. It's going to destroy you, but he will destroy you while achieving his goals. He's not going to destroy you because he wants to do it for fun. He will absolutely destroy your entire team and score that goal. Ronaldo will destroy you because that is what he likes doing and that is his business. But Yamal, he wants to show off. He wants everyone to see him, So it's a hard one for me, really, very hard. So that's the only one I'll go with. I think he has the capabilities if he focuses on football, but otherwise, I don't know really. I hope it's a sufficient answer because the football I'm watching now, it's not really. I don't see anybody. Maybe football is harder. Now. Then, yeah, I don't know really. Yamal, for lack of better options.
Yeah. Hard to disagree with you. Itata, what are your thoughts?
So I am also a football historian, and I've, luckily I was born into a football family. So there are certain parts. Football is very personal to me, and there is a Brazilian that played for that. I mean, there is a player that played for the Brazilian Seleção in the 50s through the 60s. It was called a Little Bird. His real name Mane. Yeah, his real name was Mane Garrincha. He played on the right wing. He played, I think he played in the 58 and 62 teams. Played in 66. I think 62, that was his best World Cup. They called him the Little Bird also because he floated on the right wing. And his real nickname that connects with everyone is Allegra do Povo. I think that's what it means, the joy of the people. So football is very expressive, you know. Like Ronaldinho is another joy of the people. Yes. So far in this generation, I cannot go past what Onome said. Lamine Yamal is the christened joy of the people. He is not stats justified. You cannot look at numbers to see what Lamine Yamal does. Another one is Pedri, but Lamine Yamal is the true joy of the people. He has the ability, he has the confidence, he has the arrogance. Now, those are the people that are allowed to dye their hair, not Ganacho.
It's that please don't be a coach. Don't be a coach. Please.
To God.
Yeah, honestly, Lamine brings joy, and if you look at the great players, they started early. Like you could tell early. Rooney at 16, Cesc Fabregas was running the midfield after the Under-17 World Cup, and you could tell he would be generational, and he was.
He was.
You know, our Nigeria's greatest footballer, in my opinion, Kanu Nwankwo. He started out young. He won the league with the Iwan National at a very young age. And his ascendancy just went like that. And Lamine, we also started at 16. If everything stays the same, he would be the next greatest footballer in this generation.
Yeah.
It's stamped, it's sealed. So I can't go past Onome. I'm right behind Onome on that one.
Yeah. I mean, it's that we talk about this in our group chats all the time.
Yeah.
Like, when can we? I hate to sound like those one of those those uncles that always wax lyrical about the past. Like, oh, in my day, this what happened. I hate to sound like that, but I'm gonna sound like that.
Yeah.
Right. I grew up in an era where football was an expression type sport.
Yeah, it's always been.
We didn't play football on iPad or no, brother. We'll play football. Nah.
Yeah.
I see the hot. Now so we play. Right. And I think I genuinely believe that the world of football is now suffering from a dearth of talent. I don't think there's a scarcity of talent. I think it is the way these children are being coached to a point where it's become so mechanical that any sort of expression is being beaten out of you. It's being coached out of you. That way you can fit into a system, right? Yeah. And I mean, maybe we're just the victim of the way football has evolved. But expression football, I miss it, bro. I miss it. I miss expression football. You see players that would just Ronaldinho, Zizou, brother, Andrea Pirlo, like people who actually played football, not on paper, not on stats, not on Opta, not on the iPad, but on the field, bro. And again, I hate to be that whiny uncle, but the only person that gives me that kind of joy in terms of watching my own eyes, I like eyes. You know where they say, with stats versus they look. I'll pick eyes over stats any day, right?
Any day.
Yamal, they give me that kind of joy. Vitinha, they give me that kind of joy.
Yeah.
João Neves, like midfield ballers that they actually have eyes all around their head, right? Not player that, now same sideways pass. You pass sideways to your DM, then that one pass on to goalkeeper. Then you play hoofball to brother. That's and I hope because football is cyclical. I'm sure there was a point where football was so mechanical like it was right now, and then there was not a lot of expression of talent or but maybe hopefully we can get back to that point where we actually have children in the academy expressing themselves. And that expression, as the Tata said at the beginning of the podcast, like your form, the way you're formed as a footballer, bam, you don't change. You only grow within that form, right? Now, these players were forming them differently. That way, by the time they even get exposed to the world, that expression has been beaten out of them. Because I genuinely believe that, people, there's talent. There's talent. Yeah, maybe it's not like before, but it can be as bad as we're seeing it in world football right now. It's way too mechanical. So to answer the question, yeah, Lamine Yamal, Vitinha, that's it. I mean, yeah. But
I would say Lamine Yamal and Pedri. Man, Pedri in the midfield is unbelievable.
yeah.
If you're watching Pedri, it looks like what in Warri we call it Legbere. Like he is lanky, he can't move, he's very not powerful. You can just go and push him aside. You can't even get close to him.
You can't get the ball from him either.
Close in the midfield. He dominates. I was watching Champions League against Newcastle. I'm like, what the hell? You know that Newcastle midfield is a serious midfield. That Newcastle midfield
it's a powerhouse.
Tonali, this Brazilian striker, Joelinton, and Guimaraes. I think Guimaraes missed that game, but there was someone else, an English guy, who was there in the middle. He rang rings around all three of them in that midfield. Like they could not come close.
Yeah.
So I absolutely agree with that. Yamal, Pedri, wow. Pedri is an absolute footballer.
Yeah.
It is.
I refuse to live in a world where people are hyping Garnacho, but Morgan Rogers, absolute baller. People are overlooking him.
Right.
Yeah.
Baller.
Yeah.
Baller.
Like,
and just so the audience understands, when we are talking about this, we are not talking about dribbling from post to post, because footballers like Michael Carrick, Fabregas, they're not flowery. Their ability to pick a pass to split an entire defense is also a skill that is not encouraged now.
Absolutely.
It's so regimented. It's like a military front.
Yes.
Football is joy of the people.
Yes.
And like Oga Kwame has said, it's been beaten out of these kids way too early. And we are now having robots running around and being very stat justified.
Yeah.
I know Onome may not like this because it happens to you. You see what Czech did in that final? I want to see that in football.
Me too.
I don't really care.
No,
I was like,
British
media will say it's Tata is stuck. British media will say it's been
showboating.
I mean, if you've won the game, why not do what you want to do? I don't care.
Yeah.
So if you end it, do it.
Brother, taking the ball to the corner flag and juggling it. The last time I saw that, was it Nani that was doing it? And he got absolutely smashed.
Yeah.
I was going to say, one thing they forget is all top teams that have won a lot of things, they have that X factor in that generational footballer. You cannot be a team that goes top of the European and World Cup games without generational footballers.
Yeah.
If you take any team, Barcelona that was under Pep, Real Madrid, when they were the actual Galacticos, those were generational footballers. You cannot, if you don't have a player that gives you that X factor, that's why Arsenal is struggling. There's no player that gives you an X factor that can do some magic or control the tempo of the game or infuse some like someone said in the chat, like lead the whole team on their shoulders. We don't have those. Everyone is working together as a full-fledged oiled machine. Once one side of the machine is broken, the entire team is gone. But hopefully we'll sit back, because I remember the days of Robben and Ribery, Figo, Ronaldo, Vizu. It's R9. It's just something else. So
I'll take some comments and then we'll close out. This has been a very interesting part. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Oluyemi goes, pay-to-play system is really killing the game in the US. Facts. Oh yeah, that's even in the MLS. Oh, that's another. Yeah, let's not even. Yeah. Asha goes, there's always a gap between generational players. There was a mini gap between Zidane, Ronaldo, Ronaldinho, etc. Okay, maybe we're about to stumble upon an era where we're going back to generational / expressive football. Kaiser goes, there is no one on the level of Messi. Let's just still enjoy Messi's highlights. Hopefully in our lifetimes we'll get someone close. Yeah, I mean, yeah, yeah. Yemi goes, Onome, respect yourself, dear. I think, was he talking about Ghana? Was it? No, who was he talking about?
I think when I said Ganache or something, but Ganache or Gilkeres.
That's it. I
Oh,
think
there you
it's
go,
the
Gareth.
I think
There you
it's
go.
Sesco. I think it might be the
Oh, the
Sesco thing.
giraffe thing.
My God.
Yeah, don't worry. You're a criminal. You're a criminal. We are going to come out of it. Yamal, Pedri, Vitinha, maybe. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
All top players show off sometimes. Absolutely. Kaiser goes, personally, I don't think kids need tactical coaching before age 13. I agree. Let them express their
100%.
creativity
I think
and
you
not
nailed it.
technicality. That is it.
100%.
100%.
100%. You
100%.
nailed it.
Itata, my brother, please leave. Oh, leave Garnacho alone. I strongly believe Pep reimposed the whole super strict positional boring play we see today.
Yeah.
See the way he eyed Turkey for doing keep-ups.
I agree with this.
Yeah.
There was one game that Cherki crossed the ball with Rabona. Pep absolutely lost it. Really, he did.
Yeah.
He did the Rabona to cross the ball and they scored. And in the interview, someone was asking, "What do you think about Rabona?" I was like, "I don't think he had to do it, but he did it and we scored." Yes. If we hadn't scored, I would have been very angry or something in that line. I'm not quoting him, but he was mad that Cherki did the Rabona and crossed the ball. It's crazy.
Honestly, I think the key is, coaching has to evolve. And as Kaiser said, you can't start beating tactics into these children at the age of 8. Nah, let them express themselves. Yeah. Asher says once more coaches that encourage Flair start winning will return back to that. Hear that? Asher again, Kyle Walker did a sit down with Neville and said Pep did not allow anyone to be free with the ball outside Bernardo Silva. Wow. Thank God for players like Turkey. Amen to that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, everybody in the chat that joined us. Oh, go ahead.
Please give me 2 minutes.
Yes.
It's been an incredible pod. And remember, my brother, good to see you again.
Yes.
Always a pleasure.
I know it's not a political channel. We live in a world now where so much is going on.
Yes.
And whether you like politics or not, the effects of politics in the ecosystem will affect you one way or the other.
They will touch you.
Yep. And like Martin Luther King said, if you have the discernment and you can differentiate from right and wrong, don't be neutral, because neutrality seeds to the wrong side. Correct. That's all I can tell everybody now. Please.
Yes.
Just to add on that, Tata, I'm not very active on social media, but I live in the UK, United Kingdom. I live in Birmingham.
Yeah.
And the trend now is ridiculous towards what you're saying. So I would echo what you said. If you are neutral, you are leading on the wrong side. And for me, it's personal. If I see you as a friend or someone I know supporting any mad person, you are out. I swear to God, you are out. I'm not debating. I don't have time for any nonsense conversation, or I will help you to think. You are out. Really.
Yeah.
This stuff, it pisses me off to the extreme. So I don't have time to cuddle you, to want to please, can you give me your opinion? Why do you think this? You are out. I don't have time for that nonsense. So that is me, and I really, really appreciate you bringing it, Tata. It's really, really important.
Yeah,
agreed.
Yeah, agreed. And look, this, I don't own this channel, but Ayo will agree with everything we've said here. And neutrality is how we got here. The silent voices is how we got to where we are right now. When evil is being perpetrated, silence only lets it continue. So I don't believe in apoliticalism. You cannot be that. There is if we look back to the past and historical events of the world that happened, had we continued to remain silent, things that happened in the past would not have stopped happening. Apartheid
Exactly.
did not end because people remained silent.
Silent. That's true.
Slavery did not end because people remained silent.
Yeah.
The Civil Rights Act did not get passed because people remained silent.
Yeah.
So completely echo your thoughts, Itata. And it's a real world we're living in. And for anyone who has family, who has loved ones in these hot areas of the world, please remain safe. And we're praying for everyone. Please remain safe. And I'm just gonna take one last comment as we close out. The heart and soul of soccer is in the hoods, the ghettos. Until the game is easily accessible to the hungry and the poor, what you will find is rich athletes playing the game. And that's just what it is. In whatever we do, let's not forget the people.
And I want to also add that things that happen in football is a reflection of society. Yeah. We see a lot of stuff that is posted in the forum of, this footballer has been racially abused online. This footballer someone has done this Islamophobic post for this footballer. It is the way society is. So all the amount of time we spend in football, kick it out, we don't want it in the football. It is obviously it is bringing awareness, but as long as it's in the society, it will always seep into football. So football is not a separate entity from society. So we should be very conscious.
That's true. 100%.
Well, gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. Itata, always playing up with wisdom. Always enjoy being on a podcast with you, brother. Hopefully next time we can gather with, an equally interesting set of topics.
Yes.
Mohamed, always a pleasure. My brother, who I have a love-hate relationship with, hopefully we can gather in another podcast and have such interesting conversations. People in the chat, Asher, Yemi, Kaiser, thank you all for joining. And we shall see you guys next time. Peace, guys.
All right.
See you.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.
You're watching Footy Fantasy. It is your steady thing, go beat your football needs. Banter from rivalries, he sure you go receive. From EPL to Champions League, your eyes go see. It's Footy Fantasy. You're watching Footy Fantasy. Footy Fantasy. It is your steady thing, go meet your football needs. Banter from rivalries.